Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. Now before we get into today's video, make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell so you never miss a video of ours, and that you're following us on Twitter and on Instagram for all the latest news and stories as and when it happens. So this past weekend here in England saw the FA Cup fourth round get underway with WSL teams entering, and obviously we'll look back at all the action from the European leagues. So this weekend was a good weekend for the top strikers in the WSL, with Sam Kerr, Rachel Daly and Khadija Shaw all scoring 3 goals. Well, Rachel Daly managed to get 4 in her game. So we'll start off with Sam Kerr. She managed to bag a hat-trick for Chelsea in their all-WSL clash against Liverpool, winning 3-2 for Emma Hayes' side. Obviously a bit nervous for Chelsea in that at times, with Liverpool looking not like they wanted to be out of it and obviously give them a good fight, with Kerry Holland scoring just after the hour mark, even though Chelsea were obviously 2-0 up, and then Sam Kerr seemingly looked like it was put to bed 10 minutes from time. However, Gemma Bonner put a few nerves amongst the Chelsea players and fans as she pulled one back with 5 minutes to go, but Chelsea managed to hold on and take the result 3-2 to advance into the 5th round of the FA Cup, which is obviously good news for Emma Hayes' side as they're still competing on all fronts for all trophies. And obviously the best point out of that was, other than Sam Kerr scoring a hat-trick, was Chelsea were able to welcome back Melly Leopolds to matchday action after she returned from her maternity leave. So it's good to see the German international back playing. And yeah, good result for Chelsea. Obviously Liverpool will be disappointed that they've been knocked out of the tournament, but they can definitely hold their heads high with that performance, and definitely now going to be focusing on the league to get away from the bottom two as much as possible. Next up, we'll have a look at Rachel Daly and Aston Villa. Rachel Daly managed to score 4 goals for Carla Ward's side as they beat low league side AFC Fylde by 11 goals to 0. Fantastic performance from Daly. Got 2 goals very early on within the first 11 minutes, and then she got 2 second half goals. Absolutely fantastic performance from Rachel Daly, and that's why she's probably going down as the signing of the season here in the WSL, because of the impact she's had on the Carla Ward side. And obviously probably last season would have beaten AFC Fylde, but and maybe by the same scoreline, but in nitty-gritty games in the WSL, Rachel Daly seems to be there to provide the goals. So good performance there from Rachel Daly. And then Khadija Shaw, she scored a hat-trick in Manchester City's 7-0 win against Championship side Sheffield United. Again, Khadija Shaw, one of the players in absolute incredible form at this minute, joint top scorer in the WSL with Rachel Daly, and it's clear to see why those two are there. The rest of the WSL teams: Manchester United beat Sunderland by 2 goals to 1 with Nikita Parris scoring a brace. Arsenal beat Leeds United by 9 goals to 0. West Ham managed to win their game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. In the other all-WSL tie between Leicester and Reading, it was Reading who won 3-2 on penalties. Brighton and Hove Albion beat West Bromwich Albion by 7 goals to 0. And the shock of the weekend saw Everton lose to Championship side Birmingham City 1-0 with Jade Pennock scoring the early goal of that game. And earlier on in the afternoon, Tottenham beat London City Lionesses by 5 goals to 0, with Mana Iwabuchi scoring her first goal since her loan move from Arsenal. So it's a good weekend there. The draw for the 5th round will take place later on today, being Monday the 30th of January. So make sure you're following our Twitter page and we'll have updates on the draw there. Now let's have a look into the international scene now, and over in Italy it was the Milan derby, and it was Inter Milan who ran out 4-1 winners in this one. Absolutely fantastic start for them, scoring within the first 5 minutes, and that definitely bred confidence into Inter Milan side, and they just looked more deadly, and they looked like they were going to score pretty much on every attack that they had this past game. And yeah, I think for me they were definitely a different gulf in class between the two sides, and obviously Inter Milan happy with the bragging rights in that one. Elsewhere in Serie A, Roma continued their fantastic season by beating Sassuolo by 5 goals to 0. Juventus beat Sampdoria by the same scoreline. Fiorentina beat Pomigliano by 2 goals to 0, and Parma beat Como by 1 goal to 0. Over in Spain, and Barcelona continued to extend their unbeaten run now to 51 games by beating Granadilla Tenerife 6-0. Second place Levante continued their great season by beating Alhama by 3-1, and Real Madrid kept on the pressure on Levante by winning 2-1 against Athletic Club. And finally in the Netherlands, Fortuna Sittard beat Feyenoord by 4-0. FC Twente beat Heerenveen by 7-0, with Fenakama once again having a fantastic game. I believe scoring a hat-trick in that one. VV Alkmaar beat Excelsior by 2-1. Ajax beat Telstar by 1-0, and Den Haag drawing with PEC Zwolle 2-2. So that is how the results looked over in the European competitions. Obviously this week is the transfer deadline in the next 48 hours, so all the deals that happen, we will be covering it on our Twitter and Instagram page, and obviously we have a dedicated section for that on our website, so make sure you check that out at wftalk.com and click on the transfers section there, and you scroll down and you'll see all the deals that have happened and will obviously happen. And like I said, with the FA Cup draw here in England, we will have full reactions to that on Twitter, and then we'll be back with the rundown later on this week as the WSL returns and we finally get the Frauen Bundesliga over in Germany back from their winter break, and obviously the rest of the European leagues continue. But until then, make sure you like, comment and subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you never miss a video of ours, and that you're following us on Twitter and on Instagram for all the latest news and stories as and when it happens. And until next time, we'll see you soon.